Good morning, and it is a good one. Boy, these meadows I've been walking through are just magical with the birds and the farmland, the cows, all of it. Loving it. And loved last night. I think it will inevitably be one of my favorite nights on trail of this entire experience. So if you remember in my video yesterday, I came across some school vans and I said something to the effect of, I hope they're out here learning something fun instead of learning state capitals. And boy, was I right. That's exactly what they're doing. It was a school from Ohio, a high school, who for, about 20 years now has been leading these trips with people from the school, 9th through 12th graders, who apply. They have to be vetted. They have to go on training hikes, show up to all these things. And they take a group of about 15 out every year. This group was all boys, so that was kind of sad to not see a girl in the mix. But they said sometimes the girls actually outnumber the boys, so it just depends on the year. But these kids were amazing. I had so much fun talking to them. I think of most high school kids as just kind of being standoffish, keeping the adults at a distance if they don't have to engage, but that was not the case. All of these kids were so respectful. They had a million questions. They're trying to share their candy with me. I didn't want to take their candy. I knew they probably wanted every bit of it. And asking to filter my water. I mean, just good kids, every one of them. And the teachers were just as amazing. They have had one person go on to through hike after this, high school experience. So that was cool. And he hiked PCT. Anyway, kudos to them. I cannot remember the high school right now, but actually Untouchable went to high school about 30 minutes away. So he knew exactly who they were. So he really loved talking to them. And the kids loved the trail name story for him, because he got dog poop or some kind of excrement all over his backpack when he met fresh ground. He set it down and crap and didn't realize it until he stood back up again. And fresh ground dubbed him Untouchable because of that. I'm gonna hike about 23 miles today to I always want to call it the Dill Pickle Shelter, and that's not it. It's like Pickle Branch, I think. These birds are insane today. I love it. So as I'm listening to these birds, I look over here and I think, oh my God, that tree is huge. Look at this. And then I realize it's the Kefir oak. This is the largest tree in the southern portion of the AT. They estimate it's over 300 years old. And I heard one of the boys last night from camp say, maybe George Washington peed on it, and that's what made it grow so tall. Just singing his little heart out. So I keep coming across these, whatever they're called, power line thingies. And I can't help but wonder if I just keep seeing the same line of them. They just stretch on forever. And something tells me I probably am. It's just kind of mind-boggling. To me, sometimes man-made things like this are as fascinating as the natural world. Somebody had to invent this and then build it. And then you think about all the things it provides us. And it's just kind of amazing. Look at that. As far as the eye can see. They just keep going and going. So this rock cairn is taller than I am, and apparently I'm going to pass dozens of them on this mountain. They were supposedly built by early farmers. I guess they were going to mark the way of something. Definitely a lot of these cairns, seeing more and more of varying heights. And this is called Bruiser's Knob that I'm traversing the ridge of. Lots of them though, look at that. Really cool stretch right now, and I'm watching these, I don't know if they're turkey vultures. Looks like it maybe. Look at this, all of them. They detect something called methylmercaptan, which is the same compound that they put in propane, and decomposing corpses release it too. So sometimes people who have propane leaks will have turkey vultures flying over their house. But boy, they're really catching the thermals up there. So cool to watch. This little Toey up here on this tip-top branch, he's so cute. He's just calling to his friend, far off in the distance, probably warning him of me. I come in peace, friend. I don't know how long I've been traversing this slabby stuff, at least half a mile, and it just keeps going. It's fun, but boy, it's tiring. So I just had the most wonderful expected detour in Pit Stop. I got to see someone that I knew in Waynesville, my town, back in the day, like that predates 2019. Her trail name is Pringles. She's an AT thru hiker. She's just amazing. She's a ball of energy. I adore her, and she brought me an orange soda, actually 3 of them, and it was so good to catch up with her. She met her partner, Broccoli Rob, on trail. They've been together ever since the trail, and she helps run Angels Rest Hostel. So yeah, great time. And I also met Alan, who's been a trail angel for 25 years, and he served up the most wonderful, my kind of food, green beans with potatoes, just covered in butter. Man, it was good. So my belly is full, my heart is even fuller. Sarah, or Pringles, if you watch this, I love you and thank you. And Alan, thank you too. Now I've got a big beefy climb to contend with. I'm gonna take it slow because I am feeling very lethargic even after the sugar rush. That food was so good and I wanted to take a nap, not get hiking again. But 3.7 miles to a really cool memorial that I've been looking forward to seeing. So I'll see you up there. Good thing I'm walking slow up this hill. Look at the size of this black snake. He is huge. He made me jump. He was right across the trail. I'm not scared of snakes, but he was just so big. Buddy, you're huge. He is one of the biggest black snakes I've ever seen. I wish he'd climb that tree. You are pretty. He's right against that Pipsissawa. Buddy, if you got kidney stones, there you go. Somebody asked me the other day when they learned that I'm a vet if snakes have multiple hearts. And they don't, but they have a 3-chambered heart, in case you're wondering. His is working just fine. Oh, maybe he'll climb this tree. Nope. I discovered at the little pit stop back there with Trail Magic is that there's a 16-year-old through hiking the trail from Boston, or Boston area. His trail name is Lightning, which is very fitting. I think he said he left February 25th or 28th. Regardless, he is smoking. And super mature kid. He reminded me of the kids at the shelter last night. He said he bypassed the shelter and camped a little further just because he knew they'd probably be up late. But boy, they would have loved meeting him. I think, I don't know, maybe they wouldn't, but I thought it was so cool. And he was so well spoken. I would have guessed he was in college, but hope I see him again. Turn around after taking a water break. Probably hard to appreciate, but that is smoke. Luckily, the AT isn't anywhere close by. Something is burning pretty good down there. I hope it's just a prescribed burn. Just reached the ridge. Look what I found. Some other trail magic. Benches are made for sitting. Really beautiful memorial. So I'm sitting here in front of this memorial on yet another bench, and it's a really peaceful spot. I want to learn more about this man. This is a beautiful tribute. And it's Good Friday, so it kind of feels fitting to be up here for some reason. This memorial made me think of my grandfather, who also fought in World War II and flew in the European theater. It's amazing any of those boys came home. And I actually literally owe my life to one who died in the Pacific Theater. And that's a story for another day, but it reminds me of him too. But I was thinking on the way up today, Pringles told me something that was interesting, and I had forgotten all about it in the context of her relation to the story. Back in 2019, when she thru hiked, there was a murder on the AT, a horrible murder, a veteran named Ron Sanchez. I'll never forget his name. There was a mentally unstable, to put it lightly, man on the AT who had been harassing people. He had been arrested, I think, near Irwin, but the hikers that he was harassing, and harassing in a pretty severe way, didn't come back to testify in court. They're through hiking the AT, kind of a strange situation. So he was let free, and then he ended up murdering Ron Sanchez in the middle of the night, who was trying to defend himself and other hikers he was camped with, or through hikers. So his life was taken, and other people's lives were irreversibly changed from that moment on. Just a tragic story, but yeah, I guess I texted Sarah, and I checked on her to make sure she was okay, because I knew she was near this location where this murder happened. I'd forgotten all about that, but it also made me think of a quote that I have hung strategically in our house for my kids to see it as they grew up. It's written by a theologian named Frederick Buechner, who my mom really liked. And it says, "Here is the world. Beautiful and terrible things will happen. Do not be afraid." And I think that it's important to remember that. And I have to remind myself of that a lot out here when I'm scared of lightning, when I'm scared of the wind and what it could do with these branches or trees, ticks. Luckily, I've not been scared of any people I've met. I've met some characters and some that I wouldn't feel comfortable with probably in a shelter by myself. But yeah, I've been lucky, and I've been so fortunate to have some good connections out here. But here's the world. Beautiful and terrible things, they're gonna happen, right? They're gonna happen to all of us if we're lucky to live long enough. And if something, the minuscule chance did happen to me and I died out here, I've lived really well, and I'm really grateful.